everyone, this is Triple T, and today I'm taking a look at DX9's D16 Henry, or Wildrider as I call him. Let's take a look at the box. What do you mean, funny? Funny how? How am I funny? Well, we're all wondering that. Pay me! Nice box as always. You have a little collector's card with stats and alt modes and robot mode and stuff like that. Fairly functional instructional booklet. Somewhat, maybe. And you have this little machine gun? No? Well, looks like this for car mode and that for robot mode, and we actually get a tab this time. Yay! And you can just plug that in to the car and you get, well, a drive-by. Now let's look at him. Yes, I had to put that high up due to these little ridges, but still it works. It looks good. This windshield jumps off every time I'm transforming him, but it just plugs on again, so no matter. Nice sides, nice wheels. I usually don't compliment rear sides, but this looks good. And these little exhaust pipes looks good as well. That's him from above, and that's him from beneath, and he has visible head syndrome even though you don't see his face. It looks good. He rolls. Not very freely, but it actually feels like there's an engine in there that has to be started when you do this for some reason. That's kind of cool. These are hard plastic, so be careful that you don't break anything on these, because you don't want to break anything on him. And for comparison, here is Hasbro Legacy Wildrider, and as you can see there are a lot of similarities except for coloring and size. This is really up to which paint you prefer, I think. I don't prefer pegged on wheels. And again, no rear lights, really. And here you have him with his brother in arms. Well, he's an arm and he's a leg, but still, you get the point. And they are fairly equal sized and look really, really nice. You can open up the headlights, but on my copy one of them is really, really stiff and I can't really get it out. Yeah, that's what he said. So I can't really show you them, but I don't care about these things and light up and sound features, so to me that's okay. But we need to get him into combine mode, so let's transform him. And this is a fairly complex transformation, so stay with me and we're going to do this together. Are you ready? Good. We fold this up. We hold him like that. And you're done. Phew! We made it, guys and gals. This is what you want to do. You just want to flip this down. So, well, you go there and you're back to car mode. And as you probably already know, this is not the firmest of connections, unfortunately, but it works. But let's get him into robot mode, because that's the fun mode of this vehicle or this bot. So you can do this in many different ways. I do it this way. If you want to do it another way, you can of course do that, but I try to get these open because I like to do the legs first. And you pull them out, they're on a slider. So you can slide them wherever you want to, like so. Then you come to these sections, not the door, you can open the door, but that's just, for some reason in this mode it's hard, in robot mode it's too easy. Let's uncheck them like that, and I can show you that. This is what you see when you open the door, so you never really open the door. Now that we've got that fixed, legs, and there it goes. Extend this. You take these door sections and you hinge them down, and they become the waist. You fold in that section, of course, and you do the same thing with this side. Tab that in, close the door, and push that in. Easy. Now we come to the legs. You fold these P's with the lights out. You fold the big knee thingy around. And you close that back up, so it tabs in. You fold this piece with the foot out, and you rotate the toes. And this little tab goes in there, so be mindful of that first. And then you fold this up, push the hinge down, and tab it into both the knees and this side. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is one leg done. When you get both legs done, you press them up into his body like that. You rotate this around. And now we're going to start doing things to the hood. That sounded not nice, but well. First of all, we take these away, so they are out of the way. Then we split the hood. And yes, you can open the hood, but there is no real engine to show off, so I didn't show that as articulation. You fold this whole section out. This piece goes around, but you have to turn that first, because this port goes on that tab. So let's press it on, shall we? Fold the hands out, fold this down, and you have a port there and a tab there. Just press those together, fold that up, and angle this whole section down. Turn it to the front, and that's one arm done. If yours, like mine, dropped this, then we firstly rotate that, then press this back on, which will just give him a bit of backpack, or no backpack at all, almost. You come here, you fold up his head, you take this little combiner piece, bend it at the middle, you press that in so the head is on family, you turn the head around, you open up his brain, you fold out his ears, and I think that's it. Here you have Wildrider in his robot mode. Let's get up close and personal. Look at that shiny, shiny face. And you can angle the ears a bit, so they do tend to be a bit, well, comedic. Let's just say that. But he still looks good. A very long upper body. Let's do like that so you can see where it stops. But the arms are nicely painted. I like the wheels on top, and they are rubber, by the way. All of these wheels are. And you have his little crotch piece here. And you can go up and down if you want to elongate him, but this is the way it should be. Nice legs. And this is the back. I don't really know why you should turn this, because I like the other side better out, but let's do it like the instructions said. So, and that's the back of his head. A hinge with holes. And for articulation, his head can go around. It can look up, down, and as I said before, you can move the ears if you want to. Stop being such a sourpuss. The arms goes around. They can straighten the arms out upwards if you want to, if you use both hinges. You have a bicep swivel. You can fold the elbow 90 degrees. And you have a little swivel here, but that's more for transformation, so I'm not going to show that off. You can rotate the hands. You can angle the hands in and out if you want to. The thumb is on one peg, and these three are on one peg, and this is just on its own. And as you can see, they are trigger fingers, so no real posing there. You have breakage levels of ab crunch there. You have waist rotation, and if you fold all these panels out, you can make him kick forward, high kick back, and straight out to the side. You can of course make him do the motor master splits if you angle this little thing down, but this is cheating, so I'm not going to count that. You have a thigh rotation, you have a 90 degrees at the knee, and your little feet can tilt and turn around, and well, you know, you have some additional angling at the toe, but that doesn't really help, unfortunately. And all of his joints are fairly loose, so they are a bit flimsy, because when you manage him, he just goes. And I don't know if I like that or if I really hate it, so it has to be up to you, because you can get him into really nice poses if you want to, and if you take your time with him. And of course, he can hold his gun with that wonderful tab, even though I like the sliding thing better that Fan's hobby does. You just tab it in, like any Masterpiece. Now it doesn't want to go in, now it's in. And as you can see, it just falls forward. His joints are a bit too loose, but that's nothing Kiki won't fix. And there he holds his gun. And as you can see, he's really skinny. He's really skinny. I mean, there is no covering up his lack of armor here. And you can actually see through him almost there. Stand up. His robot mode is the least of my favorite in this set, because I think everything just looks too long. The arms looks too long, the body looks too long, the legs looks too long, but maybe they're as they should, I don't know. And to illustrate what I just said, here is Hasbro Legacy Wildrider. And yes, he's shorter and not a Masterpiece, but he is better proportioned, I think, than that one. And in this case, and I'm not going to say this ever again, but I actually think he could have used a little bit of more backpack. Because now wind comes and he just goes, whoa, dunk. And now I have to pose him again. I think I also like the red on here better than that, even though that is better painted, but still. You can see they are quite different, even though they are the same. These are just plastic tires, and these are rubber. There is no denying that this quality isn't as good as this, unfortunately, but this isn't a Masterpiece, so it shouldn't be either. And I really like this mold. I really do. He looks really good. You could have learned from his proportions. And for a little bonus, let's bring in his brothers in arms. This is how the little team is shaping up and looking quite good. And as you can see, everyone doesn't look the same or isn't even the same height. I'm not gonna blab on about that today, but I like it. And they look good together, really good. I actually forget that he doesn't have a backpack when they are beside each other. Nice. Now for my conclusion. I like this bot, I do. He is the least favorite of the set, but from the cartoon, he's my favorite character right after Motormaster, so he wins out a lot in that. I do wish he had a bit more backpack and some stabler joints, but as I said before, that's nothing that Kiki won't fix. And as you can see, you can put him in quite the nice poses, and he can actually use both hands on his little rifle gunny thingy, which is nice. And those ears, I mean, those ears are so cute, you just want to nibble on them forever. Wait a second, no I don't. As he is the least favorite of mine in this set, he's going to get a lower Masterpiece score. He's going to get a 7. And the reason for the 7 is the lack of things on the back, the loose joints, and that the proportions are off. If all those things were fixed, he would probably be my favorite. So 7 is a very low score when you think about it. But he's still a recommendation, and if you want the beautiful DX9 Menasor that we're going to take a look at down the line, you really want to buy this as well, of course, because he is a leg bot, and he's a good leg bot, even though he doesn't hold on too well. But I guess that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care.